Okay, I think we're finally here. Alright, what's up people? Today, I'm gonna make no cuts of this reaction video. This reaction video is gonna be 2 hours. Today we're gonna be reacting to Charmx to Fresh Cut Slim, the whole entire history, birth 2025. So, I'm gonna give you a little context. This is made by Slick or Nick. I messaged him on Discord, said I'm gonna do a reaction video, and I said I don't care if the video is long or not, cause I figure it'd be long anyway. So, cause you know Charmx and Fresh Cut Slim is like the same thing, and it's gonna take forever to explain who he is and what he does. So, anyway, I want to give y'all. Dude, just grab some snacks and popcorn, because I'm gonna be explaining a lot of videos, because this video is like the longest video I ever did on my channel, my most longest reaction video on my channel, because the only thing I only did was the which one was it called, Fresh Cut Slim Becomes Demented and YTP from a long time ago, and that was 54 minutes, but this it's probably gonna be 3 minutes or 3 hours. Anyway, let's continue for this long video of history. 3, 2, 1, let go. Oh wait, you can't hear my freaking. I forgot to do.
Known as Fresh Cut Slim, though still better known as Charmx, is a Canadian reaction content creator, musician, and animator with a following of nearly 1 million subscribers. After the long-awaited return since Carl's departure from all social media back in late March 2021, I think it's finally time to go back throughout the years.
It's almost been like 4 years. Yeah, it's almost been 4 years since Charmx left.
More, seeing where Carl started his journey to how he became what he is today. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, this is my long-awaited sequel and remake to my most popular video. Welcome to the history of Fresh Cut Slim.
Okay.
Before we begin the history, of course, I would like to mention the information that I've gathered came from all over the internet, including my original history of Charmx video, along with Wikitubia, Social Blade, The Wayback Machine, Reddit, and so on. Some dates may not be exact due to altering time zones, so please don't go full-on military sergeant on my horizontally challenged hindquarters if I do get the dates slightly off.
Alright.
But on a more serious note, there will be sensitive topics that will be discussed within the history, such as depression and suicide. If you're uncomfortable with these topics, there will be a warning displayed on screen, letting you know when these topics will be discussed before a countdown will appear showing how long I'll be talking about the subject for.
I did not know that.
Thanks for understanding, you've been warned. But without any further ado, let's begin the history.
Chapter 1, early life. Dude, how many chapters are there? There's only 10 chapters. Holy crap. That's crazy. Okay. Alright, let's continue.
It all began a long time ago in a place far away, at least from my birthplace, when a young boy named Carl Keaton, originally thought to be Carl Cloutier for some reason, was born and raised in the city of Ontario, Canada since the 30th of September 1994. Judging by the Canadian school system, we can safely suggest he began elementary school sometime during the beginning of the new millennium. Later on, he'd begin attending middle school in the mid-late 2000s before finally attending...
Hey, that actually does look like him.
high school around roughly 2000.
Okay, about this face, I think everybody said this. There was this face from his old video, but it got like lost media. So I heard it all with Reddit, and I'm just thinking, where did this video come from? Like, I've never seen this.
9. However, it was during the year prior, when he was in grade 8, that he would discover the wonderful world of YouTube.
Shoot.
Before discovering this wonderful world, he was mentally in a very dark place due to everyone's least favorite friend, depression. Even setting a date in which to commit uninstall, shall we say. Luckily, he didn't go ahead with that plan and proceeded to begin his YouTube journey instead. Phew. He would also discover his own religion in which he would in fact become a Christian. For the next several years, Carl would proceed to create roughly 20-ish separate channels in which we know very little information about. He has practically done all sorts of content, besides makeup tutorials for obvious reasons, according to what Carl said in his Q&A video back in late 2019 after surpassing 800,000 subscribers.
Oh no, actually,
again.
he actually did a tutorial from like an old YTP he made. I think that's lost media also, but let me give you a little flashback. So I remember that Charmx made his own like YTP video. I think Toby Wilby posted one. Toby Wilby. I think, yeah. He did make a tutorial how to make this YTP he made. Yeah, like this video right here. See, it's from Charmx. Like he did make a video about how he made this video, and it's from like YTP. Be careful of April Fool's jokes. It's still classic.
I said, Helen, I shot my husband. I'm cleaning up the mess. Let's go bury him in Blackwater. Next thing I knew, there was law everywhere. Be careful on the April Fool's jokes.
She just became a dumb.
Be careful on the April Fool's jokes.
Oh my god.
Be careful on the April Fool's jokes. Be careful on the April Fool's jokes.
Yeah, he did make a tutorial how to make one. I think that's lost media because I can't find it anywhere, so yeah.
I'll explain later. Despite becoming a graduate, Carl proceeded to never disclose from the education institute he graduated from. Happy birthday, Carl! As of the 30th of September 2012, it is officially your 18th birthday. Out of the many channels Carl would create before Charmx, there weren't really any of them that we know of. Except for one channel. Created on the 31st of March 2013, The Critical Bastard, also known to be called Duoting, is currently the oldest channel that we know of that was made by our Beanie Boy.
What is the matter, friends and family?
The channel description follows. I'm a bit of a critical bastard who makes funny videos.
I remember that credible B word. I can't say that word, by the way. I don't want to get, you know. But I think someone told me that he makes like drama now. I think he's like Drama Alert, but it's like Drummer now. I don't know, because I think he said that before. I don't know. I think he made one. I don't know.
Guaranteed to tickle your laugh hole. Subscribe to join the insanity. This was then followed by a link to his Twitter, created later that same year. It went by the name of Papa Memes, also known as Jeff. It seems this channel was never used before Charmx Games, as he referred to it as a new channel when he did start using it in 2016. My theory being, this was just an account that he made and had lying around being unused, but then decided to rebrand it to The Critical Bastard when it was time. But wait, we're not supposed to be in 2016 yet, so let's take a little break and go back to the good old days when he created the channel that started it all.
Alright. Chapter 2. Birth of Charmx. Okay.
On a fine Sunday morning during the 27th of April 2014, Carl would wake up that day and choose to begin a journey that he had no idea would become one of the greatest decisions he'd ever make. He created a YouTube channel in which he would call it Charmx Games. As you can tell by the name, Carl originally planned to upload gaming content instead of the reactions you may be used to.
Nah, you don't say.
Shut up! Soon after the creation of the account, Carl would upload his very first video simply titled, My First Video. Pretty self-explanatory.
Wow, so creative.
You know what? Come here! Come here! The duration was about 2 minutes 40
Jesus.
seconds, and it's estimated that it may have been uploaded between the 30th of April to the 4th of May. Though if I were to take a wild guess, I'd probably say May 2nd. A forum post was discovered of a small conversation that occurred in August 2015 that gave some information regarding the channel's first video. From what was being said, we know a small sliver of what his first ever introduction to the channel was like. What was also mentioned is that Carl had used his classic outro song from day one. The song I'm referring to, of course, being Hey Mammy Sylvanesso.
Yep.
Which was released on the 30th of April 2014 on YouTube, or the previous day on SoundCloud, meaning his first video not only came out after this date, but that the song was brand new when he first started using it. I'm guessing when he was searching for non-copyrighted music to end his video off, this track may have been one of the first to show up since it had only just been released, then liked it so much that he would use it for the years to come. Following that video would be a consistent upload schedule of gaming content, in which these games included probably Archery, Happy Wheels, Surgeon Simulator, Rogue Shooter, Turbo Dismount, Outlast, Octodad Deadliest Catch, Goat Simulator, Battle Block Theater,
Oh, I didn't even know he played Goat Simulator.
to Watch Dogs, Outlast Whistleblower, Charles Fusion, Among the Sleep, The Forest, Lifeless Planet, The Very Organized Thief, Nightmare Tower, and Slenty Tubbies 2, along with all these games later on. Anyway, captured on the 6th of May 2014, the very first screenshot of Charmx that can be found on the...
I think he played Gary's mod. I think that's what he did. He played Gary's mod before.
The Wayback Machine would be his very first episode of Happy Wheels and his third video ever, uploaded only a day prior to the screenshot. He had a whopping 35 subscribers and had just 4 uploaded videos.
Dang,
This was then
35
followed by a capture of his
subscribers?
second episode of Happy Wheels, uploaded on the same day as the screenshot was saved, gaining another 17 subscribers in just 4 days. Dang. A channel by the name of Just Nate Massad would upload a video asking people to check out Charmx's channel because, in his words,
is an amazing guy. His name is Charmx.
he also mentioned Charmx Games only had 57 subscribers at the time, which makes him truly an OG fan. It was also during May 2014 that Charmx Games would reach its first ever milestone of 100 subscribers, in which Carl would make a video thanking everyone for subscribing. In fact, during his first month on the channel, he had gained roughly 282 subscribers. Not too shabby. Carl would create his Twitter account at Charmx Games, which would later change to at Charmx Official. He wouldn't make his first tweet in a little while, so stay tuned for that. The very next day, we can assume, is when this OG Charmx banner was created, due to that exact date being shown when downloading the image. How brilliant of them to add that. Definitely appreciate it. Yet another old screenshot was taken of one of his videos during the time, and already at 461 subscribers? My golly holy moly.
Jesus,
Just Nate
I
Massad
forgot.
would upload another vlog, this time
I forgot about that freaking profile picture of his channel.
mentioning that Charmx Games had just
Yeah,
surpassed-
not yet because, bro, I started watching Charmx because all my friends told me to react to watch him before, and when he did his outro, I was thinking like, oh my god, that's a nice outro, like. That this dude, I thought this dude would have like 10 million right now, with like 10 million subscribers, but he never did. But he only had 1 million, which that's not that bad for just for reactions, gaming. What else? What else he did on his channel? Explains about like rant, like those types of videos. He makes about like now. So yeah.
500 subscribers.
It's a Charmx. And he just reached 500 subscribers. Go check him out.
And yes, Carl would make a celebration video for this excellent achievement. To my complete surprise, I managed to stumble upon a playlist containing the first 80 videos that Charmx Games would ever upload.
Bro, how do you even, like, every time I go on a Wayback Machine website, right, and I'm trying to like look things up to see if the video is still up there, and like see if I can like re-upload a video, and I was thinking like it takes forever to load. Like, I mean, I get it, like it's old and crap, but it takes forever.
Excluding his last video that we'll discuss shortly.
That's lost media. That's lost media. Like, I think, well, yeah, you can tell the thumbnail. That's lost media, bro.
Carl would create a new channel by the name of Zupa Animate, a channel that has since been long forgotten.
Exupa Animate? I never heard of that channel either.
On the 13th of July, only 2.5 months after he'd begun his journey, Carl would decide to call it quits and wow, not the greatest like to dislike ratio, shall we say. The reason as to why he chose to temporarily pause his
Okay, I always say, since Charmx quitted, like, in, like, a long time ago, like, 4 years ago, we thought that was an April Fool's jokes, because it was, like, around, like, March 31st, which is, like, today that I'm recording this. Well, we really thought that was April Fool's jokes, because it was April Fool's on the next day when he made that video. But it was actually real, because he was not starting the post anymore, and he probably he deleted all his videos, or he privated them, I think. It just sucks. We really thought that was an April Fool's jokes.
Content creation on the main channel was thankfully explained in the description. This is what's been said. This is my last video. Please watch this video to know why. I love entertaining you guys and I'm sorry this had to happen. When I make videos on YouTube, I always expected to make it as a career. Then when it doesn't happen, I get depressed and become suicidal. I can't take this shit any longer. Followed by a link to his new channel that
I heard Charmx cuss. Or Fresh Cut Slim cussed. I don't know, if I haven't been listening to that. It's been a while I've seen him cussed.
Just briefly mentioned. See, you already forgot about it, didn't ya? The earliest screenshot of the Charmx Games homepage that you can view right now was captured merely months after the channel's creation. He had now only 493 subscribers, due to losing many after he temporarily quit the account. Clicking on his Google Plus link would only take you to a blank page. But with a little tinkering, we can reveal its hidden mysteries. It actually shows quite a bit, but his most recent post is what piques my interest. Now, of course, a lot of what is being said has already been mentioned in his video description, but it goes into a tad bit more detail. He mentions that the channel costs him too much money to run, and that he believes that he'll never mean anything on YouTube. Oh, Carl, little did you know. Little did you know. After the long break, uploading videos only on Super Animate during that time, Carl would eventually return to the main channel so he could continue creating content on Charmx Games once more. Following his return would be his first gaming video back, in which
what is that thumbnail?
He would share on Twitter, which just so happens to be his first ever tweet. His following tweets would be links to more gaming videos uploaded soon after. This would lead the Charmx Games channel to become evil, as its new milestone would become 666 subscribers. Well, this aged like fine milk on a hot summer's day. Carl would sometimes help other small creators with their own content as well. For example, he would make an intro for a channel by the name of Folks. Or when he would collaborate with a friend by the name of the Chaucer Gaming.
That's, yeah. Yeah, I seen this video. This was a classic. I laughed.
Someone he's collabed with in the past.
It's kind of
Carl
funny.
would post some rather interesting tweets, to say the least.
Oh my god.
A collab with
my god. I remember this tweet from, like, I think Roxy reposted this before. I remember that freaking tweet. Oh my goodness. I remember this tweet. Even this.
Very interesting.
Oh, is that Jacksepticeye? PewDiePie. Not Jacksepticeye.
Tweets.
What the heck?
Say the least.
I never seen some of these. I never seen
Let's
them.
move on. A collab with the Chaucer Gaming would happen once again, less than 2 weeks after their first collaboration.
You not
Turns out, it wouldn't be the first time he'd helped this particular creator with their intros, as nearly a month and a half after giving a hand previously, he'd voice over the warning disclaimer during the first few seconds of the video.
Please note, the following video is purely meant for entertainment purposes only. We do not commend any form of bullying or harassment.
Yet again, Charmx and Chaucer would collab for the 3rd time, all 3 times of which being gameplay of Gary's mod. Carl would achieve his first major milestone of 1,000 subscribers, which was soon followed by a Q&A video to celebrate this glorious achievement. As we inch closer to the end of 2014, 3 free games with Charmx would become a thing. For like 1 episode. A fan would make him this, which is pretty cool. Did you know he made animations? Okay, I did say in the intro he was an animator, and he does animate some of his music videos, but I'm talking about
Obviously, I did.
during 2014. This capture may also show that he reached a milestone of 1,500 subscribers on the day of the screenshot. Towards the end of 2014, Carl would attempt to spice up his content to keep it interesting. Thus, he would release...
Well, then tell Jacob that. I don't close the door.
Reaction. This is so messed up. Reacting to Squidward...
Wait, 1 second. What? Well, I'm recording a video, so you gotta be a little quiet. See, now I gotta cut that out, cause... Yeah, dude. You're making my editing harder. Alright.
Committing uninstall. This was truly the birth of the Charmx we all know. The beginning of his transition from gaming-focused into reaction-focused content.
I really thought this was... Oh, we're in chapter 3.
The gaming era of the Charmx Games channel would slowly fall victim to its successor, the reaction era, baby! Carl would also end up getting into a car accident during this time. Well, that sure as hell isn't the best way to start off this chapter. It sure did spice it up, though. The oldest capture of Charmx's earliest reaction that was saved was his reaction to YTP, Billy Mays, and the Ravages of Orange Glow.
Rest in peace to Billy Mays.
Gotta suck Billy Mays, Hawk!
Just use them up.
Uploaded a few days before Christmas of 2014.
Was that his ever reaction video? Because I want to see that. I've never seen that video, but I want to see it.
The final capture that took place in 2014 would be his 6th episode of Happy Wheels. Starting 2015 off strong, he'd proceed to reach the next big milestone of 2,000 subscribers on my birthday. Oh, how delightful. During this transition period, he'd make another animation, Markiplier Animated, Slenderman's Greatest Fear. Now at a whopping 2,500 subscribers, he'd make yet another Q&A video. Carl would slowly begin uploading more reactions than gaming by this point. So what did he do? He'd create a new channel specifically for gaming by the name of Charmx Plays. The very next day, Carl would... Carl, are you alright? The very next day, Carl would upload a video talking about how his viewership has depleted and that it was making him feel down, especially with his depression. He also mentioned that he would start a podcast with some friends and that he would upgrade from a snowball mic to a Blue Yeti mic. The same one, in fact, that I've been using to record this entire video with. That's right, I upgraded my mic since the original History of Charmx video. Can't say nothing now, suckers! Ha ha ha! Carl would then collaborate with another creator by the name of Gaming with Von, 2 days before smashing 3,000 subscribers. It has now been exactly 1 year since the Charmx Games channel was given birth through the womb of Carl's fingertips. That's one way to put it. Didn't do too bad for his first year on YouTube, you gotta admit. Here's a photo of Carl's rig back in the day.
Oh, shoot.
A little over a month since his previous milestone, 4,000 people had subscribed to the Beanie Boy. Oh, you thought that was fast? Well, it only took 6 days to demolish 5,000 subscribers. Then another 6 days for 6,000. As you could tell, he wasn't slowing down in the mere slightest. Speaking of birthing from just before, Carl would create the Charmx Games backup channel. The reason for doing so would be that he had been getting so many requests for videos to react to by this point that he wanted to split the amount of content into 2 separate channels. Thus, Charmx 2 was born, though it wouldn't be renamed to that for the rest of the year. A few milestones go by and we end up on this beautiful capture in which holds probably the earliest screenshot that reveals the classic animated Charmx intro clip. And it wouldn't be much longer before Charmx Games would achieve the grand milestone of 10,000 subscribers, followed by yet another Q&A video uploaded on Independence Day. It may have taken him a week to release the celebration video, but it wouldn't be the longest period of time between milestone and video, and you'll see what I mean later, don't you worry. Carl's reaction content was beginning to blow up, gaining more and more subscribers every single day. As Carl was getting ready for his milestone of 20,000 subscribers, instead of the usual Q&A video, he would record a challenge to celebrate. What would be that challenge, you may ask? Why, it was the Cinnamon Challenge, of course. This may be the only surviving clip left from this video, so please enjoy.
Yeah, it was lost media.
However, he would return to the usual Q&A for 30,000 subscribers. 40,000 subscribers! He's apparently done shoutouts before. That's interesting, right?
He did!
During this capture, Charmx Games was at 44,443 subscribers! You were one off a perfect number, dang it! Here, let me fix that real quick. There we go. This video was so new, in fact, that it hadn't even been released yet. How does that even work? Who found this video to begin with? Guess we shall never know. happy birthday again! This time you've just turned 21 and still living in your parents' basement. Yeah! Charmx Games would be now more than 50,000 subscribers. Following this accomplishment, the r/Charmx subreddit was born, along with a 50,000 subscriber special announcement that we'll get to in just a second. Bet you didn't know Carl had a Photoshop channel as well? What? Going by the name of Hugh or Animations, this would be the place to share his weird Photoshop edits, such as this one. And this one. Beautiful works of art, shall we say. An absolute masterpiece. Back to the 50k sub special, he bought something special for this occasion, but it wouldn't show up for about a week, so yeah. Very late special indeed. Around the time when the channel crossed over 60,000 subscribers, Carl would upload his iconic Bean Boozled challenge,
shoot.
but this clip is what would make it truly memorable. Warning, it's a bit disgusting.
Holy crap! I actually threw up!
Carl would always look back fondly at this very moment, as the sound he made when he threw up makes him laugh every single time.
He actually did one.
Ah, the good old days. Remember gaming with Vaughn?
he's not gonna even
Well,
talk
Carl had
about
commissioned
it,
them to
but
create a shirt
okay.
design in which they made him this. Now this is what I call a masterpiece. A chef's kiss. Mwah. His first video to gain over 1 million views would be this bad boy. His reaction to Fazbear and Friends. Foxy gets naughty. Speaking of naughty, as the Charmx Games channel continues to grow rapidly, Carl would achieve one of the biggest milestones yet. Right before the end of the year, Charmx Games would absolutely demolish that grand milestone of 100,000 subscribers. An achievement that not many people can say they achieved. Would Carl make a video to celebrate? Of course he would. Would the celebration be anything other than a Q&A again? Guess you'll have to wait and see. The answer is yes. Anyway, we get to send off 2015 with this absolutely blessed photo of Carl's dog Coda. And oh, she's so friggin' adorable. Happy New Year, family members. Welcome to one of the most eventful years of Carl's journey.
Yeah,
For his 100,000 subscriber
started
special, he
watching
finally
him.
uploaded his Draw My Life video on the same day he hit 150,000 subscribers, which shows how fast his channel was growing during this period. It was pretty friggin' fast. Fast as frick, boy. And it wouldn't be long before Charmx Games would absolutely obliterate that 200,000 subscribers barrier, making a, you guessed it, another Q&A video. So guys, Carl did it. He reached 250,000 subscribers. Want to see another cute photo of Carl's dog Coda? Well, here she is, and oh my lord! I just want to give you pets and belly rubs. If you couldn't tell already, I am definitely a dog person. 300,000 subscribers would have been transformed into dust after Charmx Games was done with it. Have I gone too far with this yet? Big butts, hey? You know what else I like? Big balls. Guess which channel had finally decided to show thyself? Oh yeah, Carl had finally brought the critical bastard to life, and it wouldn't be long before he'd upload his first video on the channel.
If we could hit 5 likes, that would be amazing. I'll sacrifice a goat if we hit that many likes.
Despite Carl seeing these videos as reactions, the content was far different from the usual reactions you'd be used to. They were more about finding absolutely absurd topics such as drinking paint or leaving your husband for rats than making commentary over the weird nonsense that played throughout the video. Charmx Games peaked at a total of almost 325,000 subscribers shortly before... oh dear. What the freak happened? Well, unfortunately, the channel would receive a second copyright strike in which Carl would act by purging the entire channel of its content, followed by posting a video explaining what was going on.
Because my main channel, Charmx, has gotten its second copyright strike. I really don't want to risk getting a third one, which is kind of inevitable. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to be deleting all of the videos off of Charmx, and I'm going to start uploading videos that I would upload to this channel onto Charmx 2, which is my backup channel.
The channel wasn't entirely done for, however, as he mentioned the possibility of uploading vlogs, reaction highlights, and or returning to his oldish ways of releasing new gaming content, which would soon follow the return of Happy Wheels, before more gaming content would populate the main channel once more, while continuing reactions on the backup channel. He'd even begun a new series with Undertale. Despite his best efforts to avoid the channel from receiving a third strike, being the smartest guy YouTube ever met by keeping his videos private, unfortunately he was still too stupid to see. YouTube made up its mind 10 minutes ago. That's right, I made a Breaking Bad reference. What are you gonna do about it? And thus, the Charmx Games channel that we once knew was permanently terminated, never to be seen in its true glory again. Carl would announce the end of his main channel Charmx Games, his gaming channel Charmx Plays, and his Photoshop channel Hugh. as he received a third strike on the account and lost everything. Luckily, he would continue uploading on Charmx 2, The Critical Bastard, and a new channel made merely days prior that we'll talk about in just a bit. This was truly a farewell to the gaming era once and for all.
Dang, this sucks. That really does. Chapter 4. Early Charmx area.
Since we did skip a few months between the end of Charmx games and the end of Charmx games, let me give you a quick skim of everything that happened in between. Getting some milestones out of the way, 100,000 subscribers for Charmx 2, 15,000 subscribers for The Critical Bastard, and 1,000 followers for @CharmXOfficial on Twitter. Now that we got that out the way, The Critical Bastard would finally use its own Twitter account @PapaMemes. He says that it's been just created, but we all know he had it sitting around for a little while. He then posted his first tweet on the account, followed by many after. Charmx reacts to Charmx reacts to Charmx reacts to Charmx reacts to Charmx. Because Charmx 2 was the main channel by this point, everyone had now pushed the channel past 200,000 subscribers. Carl was thinking of shaving his head bald due to his hairline, which did lead him to getting a haircut, still wondering whether to go shiny head or a simple buzz cut. Can you guess which one he went with? Well, Carl proceeded to become Walter White and began selling going bold. He went bold. I guess you could say this was truly the moment when Carl became Beanie Berg. Now that you're mostly caught up, let's talk about that brand new channel, shall we? Carl would announce the creation of a news channel so that he can compete with a certain gnome that we shall
So he did make one. Okay, this is him then. Okay.
Discuss.
His
Twitter account for the channel was also created on the same day. Carl would end up growing out his beard.
Also, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of growing a beard. I don't know how far I'm gonna grow it out. I'm just gonna see how I like it and see how you guys react to it.
Thus, ending the beardless Charmx era once and for all. Never mind. Never mind. Guess the beardless era may be coming to an end after all, since it was growing back. Yeah. Carl really considered deleting Facebook during this time as he hated being constantly on the app, and thought it was more for older people. Fair enough. So, friends and family, he did it. Again. 250,000 subscribers has been reached once more. Looks like he wanted to switch up his content yet again, while still doing more reactions, of course. That drama now would post its final tweet. Already? How could that be? Well, the next thing I'm about to discuss may be the reason as to why. @CharmXOfficial would tweet that he'd upload his last few videos, either that day or the next, along with releasing an update video soon after. In this update, he mentioned the channel had recently received its second copyright strike, and you know the last time that happened. The thing is, both copyright strikes came from creators he admired, so he attempted to reach out to them but in return got completely ignored. No response whatsoever. Not a good look. He could also change up his content, but he didn't want to return to gaming because 1, he didn't think people were going to be interested in him playing games anymore. 2, the prices of AAA games on Steam during that time had recently increased from $60, which was already pretty expensive, to $90, which is just, come on. And 3, his computer was so bad, it probably couldn't handle the games he wanted to play anyway. He had also spent a ton of money fixing his 13-year-old piece of junk vehicle, so upgrading to a better computer wasn't a solution. Vlogs were also something Carl did in fact want to do, but also didn't at the same time, as he sees his life as extremely boring. And he admitted he really doesn't like wearing his beanie all day, which can be a surprise to many, but he didn't want to take it off for the video because he looks better with it on, and of course doesn't want anyone seeing his head in its true glory. He even thought about doing streaming, but because of the strike on the channel, he couldn't. He thought about creating a new channel so he could do streaming, but he had to get a new computer for that, and we all know that wouldn't happen anytime soon, or at least for a few months is what he said in the video. Not to mention needing dual monitors since his current computer already couldn't handle dick all. Carl just didn't know what to do moving forward.
Sorry about that, that was my throat.
He was lost. It really felt like Charmx 2 as we know it was soon coming to an end. The video concluded by saying that he was going to continue reacting, but it was going to be more in the style of a certain other popular reaction creator by the name of Blasphemous HD. I'm sure some of you may know him. Beyond this point was full of uncertainty. It seemed at any time the channel could receive its final strike, before getting taken out back and assassinated by YouTube's military-grade silenced barrel and magazine extended 360 no-scoped with flashlight semi-automatic Terminate pistol from Terminator. But hey, even if the journey did end here, at least it was a good run. Well, so far so good, he reclaimed a milestone that was once lost. He sure did have an obsession with big butts.
Understandable.
Fan art! For the next few months, this would be the last tweet from Papa Memes, but perhaps the Critical Bastard's final video for good. He would beat his personal score with now 325,000 subscribers. Carl was not happy with his PC that day. There's a damn good reason why he wanted an upgrade. A poll to determine whether to keep his current intro or change it to his new one? Intriguing. Looks like gaming made a small return thanks to the inclusion of Geometry Dash, and may have reached just a wee bit. Once he gets that new PC, hoping by the end of September, he'd like to say a few words to his current computer.
I just want to talk to him.
Carl almost ended up in a car accident again. Luckily this time it didn't happen. This would also roughly be around the time when I discovered Charmx for the very first time. Good thing I discovered him with his insides inside. Q&A again. I wonder why. Well, what are you waiting for? Answer his 400,000 subscriber Q&A already. I don't care if we're 8 years late. Dude, I've been watching Charmx since 8 years ago. Man, I'm old. Carl had finally removed the 2 from the Charmx name, and it was all thanks to a Twitter poll. A new doggo would be welcomed into the Keaton family. Now they have 2 dogs, Coda, which we've mentioned before, and their new pupper, Maggie. And you bet your horizontally challenged hindquarters that they're freaking adorable. Carl would do a hashtag Charmx hair on Twitter where people submit what they think his hair under the beanie would look like.
He did
Make
a video
interesting
about that.
submissions. Oh yeah, his PC still had yet to arrive. Until now, baby! Oh, he had to return the PC again for fixes. Oof. Don't worry though, after a few quick repairs, the PC was as good as bad. Yeah, it was still pretty terrible. Anywho, while this was all going on, a Twitter poll would determine if he should change the way he does his intro. You know, his Well, we went off track real quick. Anyway, back to what I was saying. He thought about changing his intro, but most voted not to as it was perfect the way it is. Charmx is my favorite YouTuber. I hope he replies. Remember when he started playing Undertale sometime before the original channel's demise? Well, he didn't exactly get far in the series, but was planning to return to the game again since he did have a new PC, so that's brilliant. He received another copyright strike from someone who had no right to strike. At least, that's what we thought at first. It ended up being a huge misunderstanding, funnily enough. Don't worry though, the claim was removed so the channels remained totally fine. You may have heard of No Nut, but have you heard of No Shave? Back in the good old days when this title was a YouTube poop. He may have been also dared to do this intro, which I have to put it simply brilliant.
Oh my god, I remember this.
If you were wondering what that intro was, basically in one of the other YouTube poops About Me by Sparta Yoshi, I was dared to put that intro in one of my videos, and there you go.
Speaking of changing up his intros, he mentioned in this particular video that
I was testing out a new intro that one of you made me, and I had some good response from it, but I also had a lot of negative response from it, so I decided to stick with my current one.
And that
I have had a lot of people making new intros for me, and I would use them, but they use different songs, and they don't go with my current song, and I'm not changing my current intro song, so I can't really use the new intros.
Moving on, believe it or not, there was a point in history where Carl would record a video with none other than his father, as he was filming Coda's teeth being brushed, while Maggie was being, well, Maggie.
She just wants to help.
She's a big help.
What do you want, Goofy?
Ew!
Maggie likes to help out. This is how Maggie contributes.
Anyway, Carl may have bought something. Ooh, this may be the first time we see Carl without his precious iconic beanie, but rather something more jolly and fitting for this time of year. Before the end of the year, Charmx was now more than 500,000 subscribers. Woohoo! I don't know about you, but it seems to me that Maggie may not be the biggest fan of grapefruit. Just a hunch.
Maggie doesn't like the grapefruit.
Yeah, he knows that one grapefruit video from a long time ago.
Charmx's 500,000 subscriber special would consist of a Q&A, along with reading fanfics of himself, and you can bet they get a little naughty. And boy oh boy, what a way to end off such a busy year. Main channel blowing up, main channel dying, starting the critical bastard, ending the critical bastard, drummer now being brought into the world, being taken out of it, ending the beardless era, backup channel becoming the main channel and reaching 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year, which means halfway to hair reveal, by the way. What? Did I not mention he would do a hair reveal at 1 million subscribers? No, you absolute babbling, baffling baboon with termite-infested armpit hairs. Okay, that's just uncalled for. Now that we've finally made it into 2017, I think it's safe to say this chapter has lasted long enough.
10 minutes.
I think it's about time we move on and talk about what the successor of 2016 has to offer.
Oh, man. Chapter 5. Oh.
Yeah, not the most creative name for this chapter, as this was originally intended to be part of Chapter 4, so treat this as like a part 2 to the previous chapter. So with that being said, let's move on, shall we? Here we go again. A very popular channel that Carl had reacted to many times in the past, going by the name of Explosive Entertainment, who's hugely known for their Cyanide and Happiness shorts, would make a reaction parody video with Charmx's very own character named Charmo. Very charming.
I remember this.
See what I did there? See what I did there? Now, of course, saying this made Carl's day would be an understatement of the year, and the year had just started. But also, when it came to Carl reacting to this parody, he was extremely nervous, a little scared of what to expect.
I am very nervous at the moment. For those of you who don't know, I love Cyanide Happiness shorts, and they just made like a parody video of me. And I got on Twitter half an hour ago, and I was like surprised because I was getting all these notifications saying Explosive Entertainment made a video of me.
I feel like
Really scared because I don't know if this is like really harsh, if it's really critical, if
critical.
It's gonna be dark. I'm not really sure what to expect.
And honestly, fair enough. I'd be scared too if a large channel made a parody video about me. And don't lie, you would too.
Okay.
He was also told on Twitter that...
I asked you guys on Twitter, is it funny, is it really harsh? And a lot of you said that it was funny, but it was also really sad. So I'm thinking that they're gonna be taking a lot of shots at me, which I really hope not, because I freaking love them and I don't want to be dissed by these guys.
But yeah, definitely check out their original parody video.
Anyway,
Carl was apparently diagnosed with bronchitis during the month of February, which would be cured soon after. However, I couldn't find any tweets mentioning it. Aw man, this is so sad. Alexa,
Bitch, shut the fuck up, you ignorant daft cunt.
Whoa,
you
what?
absolute pathetic forgettable side character from a 37 Rotten Tomatoes early 2000s romantic comedy movie no one cared about.
Whoa, stop.
That's an old meme.
I know, but you didn't...
Go back to 2017.
Actually, it was 2018.
You're lost.
Yeah.
Or go call for Siri instead. I'm not the only AI assistant in the world.
Yeah, but...
Caterpillar mustache. Shit-speaking donkey.
Okay, enough. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Shall...
Oh, shoot. I'm pretty sure that was not real, but dang. Oh my god. That's so messed up.
A tweet I did find from him though was when he revealed that since grade 10 he was mentally in a very dark place in life. I know this doesn't exactly line up with him discovering YouTube in 2008 if he was depressed before then, but I'm sure he just misremembered one of these moments. 600,000 subscribers! Surprisingly enough, he would not make a Q&A, but rather a video where people absolutely roast the living shins out of Carl. I swear, I didn't swear.
I'm really bad with timing. I mean, I can't even pull out on time. Basically, we just hit 600,000 subscribers / family members, which is insane because I never thought I would when I hit 100 subscribers. Now, I wasn't really sure what to do for this milestone, but it was suggested in the comments that I let you guys roast me. So I made a video the other day saying, please roast me. So thank you to everyone who participated. I'm sorry if I don't get to everyone just because there are a lot of comments.
And quite frankly, they went pretty creative.
What are you talking about? I swear all the fucking time.
Yeah, that aged well. With a total of only 40 videos and 17.7 thousand subscribers, Charmx Plays would finally be no more. Luckily, this was done for a good reason, as Carl would proceed to create a new second channel by the name of Charmx 2. Again. Now get ready for some of the most confusing changes Carl has ever made to his channel.
The freaking face. The scary.
The main channel name changed from Charmx to Charmx Reacts, and the second channel to just Charmx. The next day, the second channel remained as Charmx, but the main channel became Charmx.
I remember this video. This was like, I think this was like my most favorite video of Charmx. But to say at least, I think now my favorite videos Charmx is the Roxy YTP's videos he made, reaction. It's pretty classic, I'm telling you.
Mix 2.
Which some of them are lost media. That sucks. It really sucks a lot.
I gotta say, man, sometimes your decisions confuse me on immeasurable levels. That's until I realized he was most likely expecting to lose his main channel again, presumably because he got a second copyright strike. But about a week later, he switched the names around back to normal. Thank fuck. Following that naming crisis would be an even bigger crisis. Perhaps one of the most bizarre moments during Cult's journey occurred on the 20th of March 2017. When he uploaded on his second channel DIY fails that will make you laugh, he went on to talk about his own DIY moment when he was gonna hot glue his bumper back on his
shitmobile
before proceeding to show us. Things couldn't possibly go wrong, right? However, while filming, he didn't realize reflections existed for a moment, and since he wasn't wearing his beanie at that exact moment in time, I think you can take a guess at what exactly happened.
Oh my god, he got exposed. I never seen this. He got exposed. Oh my god. I never seen that. I never seen this video. What the frick? Exposed, dude. Exposed. Come on, dude. You got exposed. Jesus.
There's a pretty good reason Carl deleted this video 2 minutes after going public. Carl was thinking of writing a book, which resulted in him releasing a poll for people to pick what—
Oh my god, wait, hold up. Did I just see—
after going public. Carl was—
Oh my god. Oh my god. I remember this video too.
Was thinking of writing a book, which resulted in him releasing a poll for people to pick what kind of genre to go for. People, of course, knew exactly what they wanted. I mean, I know this was a joke answer, but making that as an option to begin with is wild. The real question is, would he do it though? Here's your boy doing some interesting Mickey Mouse impressions.
Well, Pluto, who your friend? Huh? I like to fist my ass. Huh? I like to play with myself. There's no such thing as bad porn.
Oh boy, that's fun, that's fun.
With 700,000 subscribers around the corner, a poll was sent into the wildlands of Twitter so that his audience—
Content on that Monkey Mouse video. Mickey Mouse. I was gonna do like a lot of funny stuff to that my own YTP, but I thought it was too childish because it was so stupid at the time when I was editing this. I do have a video still, but I don't want to show you because it's so cringy, and plus it was just not my favorite one I ever edited on, so I'm thinking I'm not gonna ever show you it. It's just ill. It's just messed up, dude. It's just messed up. Come on now.
Could determine what they wanted his new biggest milestone to be about. This decision would be the birth of one of, if not the most iconic Charmx videos in all of history. When the day arrived, Carl would upload his 700,000 subscriber special, A Day in the Life of Charmx, which would hold many unforgettable moments.
You have no clue how much I don't want to be making this video.
Freaking moan sound effect. Everybody's using that now these days for Fresh Cut Slim's YTPs. Even I did it, and I thought it would be funny, but he never reacted to my ever first YTP. But I made the video private because it was fast, and I didn't like the first one, but the first to get better. I mean, I'm practicing, okay?
Candy for breakfast. Want to give him a big old kiss, don't you?
I hope that looked realistic. Let's start the epic montage.
My vegetarian body!
But yeah, that's basically all for this vlog.
Along with producing countless YTPs shortly after. Yet another poll was posted as he thought about buying a guitar. Could this be the first instance of Carl getting into music? Well, guess what? He friggin' did it, folks. He bought a guitar before doing an unboxing video on it.
Ma, hentai is the best anime. Oh, the guitar is here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, let's get this open. Yeah, take that. Take it off. Yes. Yes! 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 Ah! Open up, you son of a... Ah! Ah! Get out! Get out of me! Wow, look at this beauty.
I think he was so excited to open this. I think he was so excited to open this.
I am not going to explain what just happened. Let's move on, okay?
Take it off. Yeah, nice and slow. Yeah.
Yo.
This video is gonna be age restricted. Look at that shaft.
God damn it, Carl! You're gonna get me age restricted. But anyway, there's another good reason why I brought up this topic. Soon after the unboxing marks the moment where Carl would technically make his first ever song, albeit not exactly what you'd expect.
I'm a country boy. Had a baby with my girlfriend Fred.
That's right, Fred. That's what I said.
I don't know why our parents named it that, but
they're dead. Okay. Well, that was a waste of money.
Gee, thanks, Carl. A fan wanted Charmx to make a third channel, but Carl explained how Charmx 2 was already taking a toll on his anxiety, so another channel would just absolutely destroy him. So that does it? Carl is never gonna make a third channel? Well, we'll see about that. This would in fact not be a very happy Independence Day for Carl, as he would address that a person would pretend to be him on Instagram under the name Charmx Official, in which they would insult others in the comment sections of their posts. For example, calling girls fat, along with encouraging other people to harass others because,
Why? Why do you need to do that?
Carl announced that the Charmx main channel was most likely not going to be around much longer.
This channel might not be here in the next couple weeks or months, so I have created a backup channel for this channel. Now, the channel is called Charmx 3. What an original name. Now, I also have another channel called Charmx 2, but I mean, that channel at this point, I think it's fully blacklisted by YouTube. I mean, it's screwed, so I'm thinking of giving up on that channel. If you want to continue this journey with me after this channel goes under, make sure you go subscribe to Charmx 3.
But now to talk about something a little bit less depressing. On the same day this sad news was being announced, something a little bit more exciting popped up on the channel. He would upload his first ever Super Mario Logan reaction with SML movie, The Fender Bender.
What? What?
I remember watching this the day it was released, so I'm proud to say I was present when the sacred text was written. Why is this reaction so important in particular? Well, SML movie reactions would become a staple in Carl's career as Charmx, a series he'd continuously make throughout the years. He even does SML movie reactions today after his return. So it was pretty clear that this being a creator he was so invested in.
Every single Friday he posts every single Friday, bro. It's so crazy. He posts like billions a day. Like, I think he still does them. I think.
For the reaction
a while I checked.
That started it all seems necessary to add to the history. Carl posted a video for Brandon Rogers, a creator Carl reacted to countless times, also the voice actor for Blitzo in Hell of a Boss, and fun fact, Brandon actually did comment on Charmx's video. Perhaps one of the largest milestones we'd all see in a little while would be the sub count of over 800,000. And, oh, there it is! This was when he announced he had bronchitis. Now, I will have to clarify that I actually did change it on the wiki myself, so it's actually the correct date instead of February. I don't know why it was February, but regardless, it has been fixed, so you don't have to worry about it. Anyways, continue the video. A tweet was posted warning all subscribers that the channel was going to meet its inevitable doom in T-7 days. And, what do you know? This would be the final day we'd ever see the Charmx channel as we knew it. Well, for a second time now, but the fact that he was this close to 1 million subscribers is the very reason why I was pissed at YouTube. But at the same time, this made it even more impressive when Charmx did hit 1 million subscribers eventually. Spoilers! But as soon as the channel pulled a Mr. Davey and disappeared off the face of the platform, Charmx 3 would step up as the new official main channel with a name change and yeah. This would mark the new era where Carl would have to grow a new main channel from scratch all over again.
It was so annoying every time that he had to delete a channel. Chapter 6, regrowing a new main channel, okay.
Now, when Charmx 3 was born, it had already gained over 23.66 thousand subscribers on its first day, and of course boosted when it became the main channel. However, as the weeks go by, you'll begin to realize that getting back to where he was at with 813,000 subscribers would be no easy task. No kidding, am I right? Ah, shit. Here we go again.
You already made that joke.
Ah, fine. And for the record, he didn't leak his hair again. He learned his lesson from last time. Right? Yeah, he did. He wrote a song for when he reached 100,000 subscribers. See, his music side is starting to peek through. He was... See, his music side really is starting to peek through. He was originally planning on doing this for when Charmx 2 hit 100,000, which happened a while ago, but he decided, yeah, no.
Oh, no. Bye!
He was interested in watching the newly released It movie at the time, and after doing so would post a movie review on it. On it, get it? Haha, funny. He tried something new with the reaction video layout.
I was doing a little bit of tweaking here, and to make this setup less ghetto and trashy, I've decided to add a border to the actual video I'm reacting to. I know, right? Friggin' high tech. Anyway, so this is what it's gonna look like now when I'm reacting. There we go. We got a border. It's professional. Wow.
All I can remember is how incredibly distracting it was. I was not a fan. Probably why he stopped using it soon after. Thank friggin' frig. To everyone that says I'm not smart, I can prove you wrong. Wubba lubba dub dub! On several occasions, Carl had asked his audience on which thumbnail looks better. Here's my personal picks in case you're interested. I like the first one, but the second is my go-to. The first one, no doubt. I would have considered the second if it had the reaction written below like the first option. First one, screw emojis and thumbnails. Anyway, back to the history we go. Let's-a go. Woohoo! Carl had made a new temporary intro to keep things interesting. Dude, you did not need to share that with everyone, I'm just saying. Yet again, a third channel would be created by the name of, you guessed it, Charmx 3! Oh my, who would have guessed? Nani? I think an interesting idea would be to name the second channel Charmy and the third channel Charms. That way they're linked together in a very unique way, which could have been fun.
Oh shit, here we go again.
That fake Instagram account was back at it again with more mischievous acts, in which was posted a day after a familiar outro screen was announced to be used for the first time, which occurred the day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody! Ho 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 like my wife. But back to this video, it also came out the day before re-accomplishing 200,000 subscribers, right before the end of the year. 2018, everybody, here we come! When Filthy Frank announced that he would be quitting his YouTube journey to pursue his music career... Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? Carl had talked about it. Sad way to celebrate New Year's, but you ought to be proud of Joji for choosing this decision. He chose to leave a hero instead of staying long enough to see themselves become the villain. Unlike some. If only we can relive that age of YouTube again. Before releasing his subscriber special of 250,000 subscribers, for the third time now, which he also celebrated on Twitter a little bit too early, oops, he would rant about how he had wrote a children's book and that he had paid as much as $300 for an artist to do the cover since...
I can't draw it.
Which I
swear. Okay, continue.
Completely disagree with.
The person that I hired is like the cheapest person you can find, and I called this person, I'm like, hey, will you be able to do this kid's book? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. Turns out the person might be the most illogical, dumbest person I've met, and I'm trying not to be rude. I have a character in the book, and the character has bare feet, and she made him like ridiculously large. I don't understand. It got to the point where I'm like, screw the bare feet, we're gonna put shoes on the character. For some reason, the graphic artist puts boots on the character, and then to add to my anger, the character's standing facing you, but the feet are pointing inwards, so it looks so unnatural. I've spent $300 so far getting the cover work done for this book. I'm thinking of just calling the book quits because I have 33 other pages to do, and if you're gonna take that much money for the cover of the book, I'm gonna be in debt for the rest of my life by the time we're done the book. So screw it. I think I'm just gonna quit in general.
Yikes.
Because I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. Whether I learn how to create an app and sell that or something else. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
Now for his subscriber special, he would do something a little bit different from any other sub-special. In fact, I don't think most would dare try this for a milestone. He ate an entire jar of sauce.
I'm gonna be eating a jar of sauce. Oh, this better be friggin' worth it. It's not bad. What am I doing with my life? So gross! I am the victor! What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I am victor! What am I doing with my soul?
What is going on?
Well, that was something. Anyway, just a heads up, this next part is going to be depressing. In fact, it feels wrong to add background music to this, so bear with me. Carl not only had 2 dogs, but he also had a pet rabbit named Joey, in which at roughly 13 years old had sadly passed away. Rest in peace, little bunny buddy. May we never forget you.
Yeah, rest in peace.
His new friend would be introduced as a brand new member of the channel. They would react to videos together, share thoughts, laughs, have fun.
I'm going to be introducing you to a friend. I've never brought anyone else on this channel before. I think it's time to change it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my new friend. Yeah, come on, come here. It's Captain America!
That's right, it was a little mini figurine named Cap.
Captain America likes to be called Cap because Captain America is too freaking long to say it. So, Captain will be joining me in reacting to videos and he will be giving his opinion from time to time. What do you have to say, Cap? What do you gotta say?
My wife left me for Spider-Man, and now I live in a 1-bedroom apartment and spend my days crying and eating nachos.
I don't know if I would have said that, but okay.
Following his introduction, Cap would occasionally add commentary on videos Carl was reacting to from time to time. Okay, you gotta admit, this is friggin' sick. I want one. Carl releases his first life update. He talks about the Odd Ones Out, his book, and his mum?
See this every month or something? Are you kidding? This hasn't happened in so long. I swear there better not have been anyone important on the other end of that. I really hope there was no one important there, because I didn't listen. A large portion of you know that I wrote a kid's book. We finally got the cover of the book done, and the person that was working on the cover, they were working on it since January 1st. I have officially given up. Like, the book is written, but as far as getting the drawing done, I am not going to be doing it, because I wasted like $300 on the cover, and I have 33 pages to do. If I had the program, I could probably do a better job. I got to talk to the Odd Ones Out, and he messaged me on Twitter, and no, he doesn't have any problems with my reactions. I mean, that's been the highlight of the month by far. For those of you who don't know, I still live at home with my parents. I hate it! I freaking hate it! My mother's been off this last week, so that means that she's here when I record, and I've tried not to be yelling so much. It's so annoying, because you have to be considerate of other people. And also, I don't want my mother hearing me yelling and all this stuff, so I can't wait till she goes back to work. I cannot wait!
And all that was just Life Update 1. I mean, wow. There is a fair amount of upcoming updates, so stay tuned. 300,000 subscribers for the 3rd time in a row. Anyway, the second Life Update would touch on topics such as a stolen credit card, making an Android game, and another book update.
The book! Freaking yesterday, I got the program that the crappy graphic artist was using. So I can actually do the drawing myself with a program that is, like, decent. And probably get the book done without having to pay any more money. I'm currently learning to program an Android game because I've always wanted to do that. And my goal is to get one done in, like, a couple months. So, yeah.
I never heard Android, but I have an iPhone. Like, who use Android? I mean, see, like 1 billion kids use Android, but not me. That was cringe. I swear to God, I'm not doing that again.
I've been having these weird, like, talking issues, which kind of make you think it is a stroke. Basically, I was trying to say something, and I kept, like, jumbling it up, and then it got to the point where I couldn't even, like, put the words together in my head. Also, I'm probably only gonna react. Also, I'm probably going to, what the frig? You see, I don't know what's wrong with me. I went out to my bank account. Some company.
Y'all remember that one meme that, Roxy YTP did? Y'all might know what I'm talking about. Yes, I do remember this one meme he did, like, not that long ago. Where is it? It was like, I think it was from this one, I'm guessing. It was funny. Oh, wait, it could be not this one.
Video.
Oh, wait, it's from Charmx becomes 18 plus. Y'all might know what y'all might know what I'm talking about. Jesus. Where is it? He talks about, like, something. I forgot. right here.
Can't play the game.
A woman.
A woman sitting next to a woman setting I can't speak.
Hey yo, hey, I still have a video of me reacting to YTP Charmx becomes 18 plus. Comment down below if y'all want me to re-upload the becomes 18 plus, because YouTube decided to take my reaction video, took it down, so that kind of sucked. And it was my favorite reaction video in the entire world. But if y'all want me to do another God, what was I gonna do? What am I talking about? If y'all want me to re-upload my Charmx becomes 18 plus, let me know in the comments.
He got a hold of my credit card and started charging me, and I've never heard of them before. It got up to like $300 they had charged me just randomly. So I called the bank. They got the situation resolved. They canceled the credit card, and the payments were marked as fraud and whatnot. But yeah, anyway.
For his third update, he admitted to feeling burnt out, his parents left, and more.
I'm feeling burnt out. I'm doing so many videos every day, and I'm also working on something that I think could be a possible career. And I'm so burnt out and tired. So my parents left home for a few days, kind of like a road trip that they were on. So my brother and I were left taking care of the dogs. And for the most part, it's been fine. Someone tried getting into one of my pointless YouTube accounts, like my first YouTube account. This is the one that I actually use personally, but the good thing is Google, they're like, yeah, no, that's most likely not him. So they blocked the person from trying to get into my account, which I'm glad for that.
This chapter is already over 10 minutes long, and there's still so much to say! How well was all of Carl's channels doing on the 4th of May 2018? I didn't hear you ask. Well, the main channel was at roughly 320,000, the second channel was around 122,000, and Charmx 3, which he actually considered the second channel, at roughly 40-ish thousand. Pretty cool, right? He was also losing weight, if, again, anyone asked. I think we discovered a new species of dinosaur.
What the heck? I never seen that.
Now for his fourth up.
I just freaking realized my OBS was freaking paused. I hate my life. I hate it. Dude, I'm so freaking. Oh, God, you shouldn't say what I explained, you piece of freaking crap. OBS sucks. Okay. Well, we have to go to 58. If y'all wonder what happened, I accidentally clicked on the key where I pause like stuff that what happens on my OBS, and I said, let me make sure I'm recording still, and I saw that the freaking video paused, and I was like mad for myself, so I quit. So it's kind of sucked. It really sucked a lot, bro. I hate OBS so much.
So
anyway, let's continue.
Alright, so I have a little handful of jelly beans. Here we go.
Oh my god, this is way cute.
Frig me. That's the worst. That's the freaking worst. That is freaking disgusting. Oh my goodness. Mixing all the bad ones together. What was I thinking? Of course that would happen.
Now he's eating regular beans while watching Car's funny moments. Yep, he's lost it. The wolf among us? And finally, for Carl's 24th birthday, he was gifted with the milestone of 500,000 subscribers once again. Now, I would love for you to take a wild guess as to what he chose to do for 500,000. Would it be his usual Q&A? Perhaps record another challenge? Well, if your answer was literally anything but a normal sub-special video, you'd be friggin' right. He unboxed an orange!
Let's see what we got. Oh boy. Wonder what's in here. Oh snap. What is this? What is this? I got a friggin' orange? Oh my goodness. We have to unbox this orange.
He sniffed too much of that same glue holding his sanity together, he unboxed a friggin' orange. But with that being said, now that he's reclaimed his 500,000 status, I think it's safe to say he's successfully regrown the main channel. Yes, it isn't as big as before, but he'll get there eventually, don't you sweat it. So join along as we leap into this next chapter and watch as he continues to follow that yellow brick road to 1 million subscribers.
Dang. 7, I'm thinking that's what it is. Chapter 7. Yeah, we're in chapter 7. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only got 9 chapters left, and then we only have like an hour left until this thing is done. Oh my god. Ah.
Hey, congratulations on making it an entire hour into this history. So much said, yet so much more to go. That last chapter may have been a beefy one, but now that we've moved on, I think it's time to see how the Beanie Boy continues to grow, as he approaches a milestone that would be considered a dream to most creators. Thank you for staying along, and with that being said, let's continue!
Hey, no wonder. My video paused for like 8 minutes, and it sucked.
During the month of Spooktober would reveal Carl's new song. Oh boy, he's starting to make music. Halloween's coming.
That's what she said.
I mean, he's not wrong. After Granddaddy's 1 million sub special, Flying Kitty would follow along with their own 1 million sub special. A face reveal. Not only did Carl get featured in that project as well, that was basically how the video ends.
Not bad, not bad. I guess it was mildly adequate.
Man, I love Flying Kitty.
Believe when we say that Charmx managed to appear in a PewDiePie video. In the first frame. I kid you not, check it out for yourself, it's awesome. I think this was the day we found Charmx's ultimate weakness. Paula Deen YouTube poops, baby!
Oh,
now I can't stress enough how-
Oh no! No, this is when he had a seizure. Oh my god.
much I adore this moment. This is personally one of my favorites, if not my top favorite Charmx moment, so take it away.
But once again, I don't see any butter.
Also, I made a content aware scale video, which that might come in soon, of this Charmx just laughing and having a seizure. It's so freaking funny. It's so funny. I was dying, but my freaking Vegas Pro keeps on freaking stop working. I hate Vegas so effing much, but you know, yes. I think that YTP that content aware skill video might come on Easter.
I haven't laughed like that in a little while. What the freak was that?
Blank.
I got like a tear
Like, what the heck was that laugh, bro?
in my eye almost. What the freak?
Folks.
I think I'm having a mental breakdown. I need to collect myself. What the freak just happened? Oh my goodness. I just had like a breakdown at the same time. That was so funny.
On the day of my channel's birth, there was an important message to all gamers.
Hey gamers, wanna play some Fortnite? Hey, wanna play some Fortnite?
Fortnite's a bad
Oh my god.
Huh? What'd you say, you son of a— Say that again, I dare you! Say that again!
I don't want to play any Fortnite.
Wait, you don't want to play Fortnite? You don't want to play Fortnite? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
And now for Carl's 6th and final life update. Take it away, Beanie Boy.
Let's just jump into the update. I might be moving out. I want to move across the country, but then again, in order to do that, I would have to have income coming in other than—
We're going to the end a little bit. I just realized we're going to the end, and we're gonna have to return. We're gonna be close to Fresh Cut Slim.
from YouTube. I'm getting too old to be living here. Desk is still pulled out from the wall. That's correct. We got the problem fixed in the electrical. So I don't know why this wall back here is still like ripped out. So I can't push the desk back until my father fixes it. I don't know what he's doing. This is why I gotta move out. I don't have to deal with these problems. So recently I found out I might be having seizures. I might be. I have not gone to the doctors to get this confirmed or anything like that. And I'm not gonna go see any doctor because everyone knows doctors give you cancer. Next thing on the list is trying to figure out what to do with my life. And that's been a problem for a long time. Yeah, I'm still not sure what to do. So I've been working on some side projects. And I recently found out in the last couple weeks that one of the main ways of making income off of this side project, I'm not gonna be able to do. Anyway, this is a very sad video.
Indeed it was, Beanie Boy, but I gotta say, these life updates were a huge help for the history of Fresh Cut Slim, so I salute you, Beanie Boy man. Now, let's move on to 2019. As he inches closer to beating his personal record, Carl swooshes past 600,000 subscribers. May have been my 16th birthday, but it was his gift. After releasing daily tweets of links to his videos as they upload since the day he started tweeting, this would officially be the end of that streak. This was done by disabling YouTube posting automatically to Twitter since he didn't feel like doing that anymore, but also because YouTube was going to put an end to that feature anyway, so why bother continuing to use it? This has made resurfacing captured videos on the Internet Archive considerably more difficult, from 2019 and onwards. What a shame. Shortly after realizing that hot sauce on a cut wasn't the greatest idea, he posted a sneak peek to his upcoming animation. Dora can't find her parents.
Hello, my old chum.
I'm a chicken boy. After releasing his animation, he wanted to make more. For example, making one on SpongeBob. Or if anyone had ideas, they could suggest what they'd like to see animated in the near future. Fun fact, Carl hates eating cereal and is actually harmful to him. He finds that it smashes against the top of his mouth, making it swell and hurt like Joker 2 Folie do. I'm sure that joke won't be ancient history by the time this project is done. Turns out I'm probably not going to be able to move out as soon as I wanted. Today was not a good day. Gee, that's crazy. Next TikTok. Hee-ho-wee wow. Kaka-koko crazy. Speaking the language of the gods, I see. Another gnoblin. Because he wanted to create more animations, guess the artistic side in his mind clicked, he asked whether to make a new channel for said animations or use an old channel. Pretty close vote, not gonna lie. Happy Wheels in 2019? Nani? I guess the Charmx games within him returned once more. But instead of being a pogo master, I am the pogo master. He showed the world he was now a bottle flip master.
Ah, there we go. I am the bottle flip master.
Some things never change, but merely evolve. Remember when he made the day in the life of Charmx for his milestone of 700,000 and became one of the most iconic videos of his career? Well, after reclaiming 700,000 Beanie Boy fans, he would birth the sequel to that vlog.
Ooh, you're looking like a little snack. I got vegetable juice. Yes. Man, I miss having 2 dogs.
One of my eyes doesn't look right. That's because it's swollen at the moment. But then I thought, hey, I could use this as vlog content.
You're looking mighty cute, Maggie.
I'm scared of moving out. And although I hate living here, the thought of moving out scares me so much.
Hey, look, it's the Grand Canyon. Look how long it is. Wow.
Alright, here's a little song I've been working on. Hope you guys like it. Hey.
Are you freaking kidding me? This thing was paused again. Oh, I need to take this hotkey off. How do you turn this off? I need to turn this off. Dude, you guys, it freaking turned off again if y'all didn't know what this happened. Oh my god, I hate OBS. Let me turn the hotkey off. There we go. I turned it off. It's so freaking annoying. Jesus. Let's continue. But if this does it again out of nowhere, I might have to not make this video anymore. I have to stop and maybe cut it to a part, I'm guessing. I don't know. It just sucks. It really does.
But the car had a reflection in the door, and there you could actually see my head. Now, I've had people bring this up to me for years, and they say, oh look, he's bald in this. I wasn't bald, I had a buzz cut. I just wanted to clear that up, because that's always pissed me off, and I've never mentioned it. So now that that's cleared up, let's get on to the actual reason why you're here, for the main attraction.
Oh my God,
the hair reveal. 1,
he's gonna do it.
2, 3. So, you thought you were going to see Charmx without his beanie on. Well, not as the bald bastard's around and has anything to say about it.
Okay, time out. Now, I may have just did a slight exaggerated reenactment of how I felt watching this for the first time, but I was genuinely shocked that he was completely bald. My original guess was that he had very short hair, like what he said before.
You know, like a military buzz cut? I had a buzz cut.
But once his head revealed the shine of glory, I knew I was wrong. But along with his hair reveal brought a new alter ego, one that even the Zucchini King wouldn't dare to battle, which is probably why he was never seen again after this.
And I am the bald bastard. This is my domain.
They ended up having a friggin' epic anime battle, which is one of the very reasons why I consider this one of the absolute peak moments in Charmx history. But just because Carl reached 1 million subscribers doesn't mean the Charmx era had ended just yet. There was still more to come, so sit back and relax as we dive into everything that occurred post 1 million subscribers. What the frig was that? Hold on. I'll be but a moment.
Oh boy, we're getting closer to the end.
Okay, well I don't know what that was all about, but anyway. Well, what do you know, Carl would surprise us with the recreation of his gaming channel Charmx Plays, bringing back what was lost long ago. Welcome back, gaming content. Long time no see.
Welcome to Charmx Plays. It's going to be my Let's Play channel. I've had so many requests to create a gaming channel, and I've finally done so.
He'd play games such as the Henry Stickmin collection.
If I use a chair, can I myself?
Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
Oh! Yes! Oh my, finally! Yeah! Yeah!
Minecraft.
I don't want to fall. I've got to be really careful here.
Bastard! Again!
Kerbal Space Program, Universe Sandbox, Streamer Life Simulator, Teardown. Yeah! Cyberpunk 2077, along with other games, of course. It's practically Charmx Games 2.0. Depressingly enough, Happy Wheels did not return for the Charmx Plays revival. Bit of a shame, honestly.
Ow!
So guys, Charmx 3 did it. I mean, come on, you can take a guess. I've made this joke like 4 times now. Carl do be out here asking the real questions. After taking a COVID test, he would make a video on it. Carl would begin to question whether the recreation of his gaming channel was a mistake.
I haven't been feeling that motivated to keep making videos, and I don't know if this channel was like the wrong decision to do. Initially, when I started this channel, things were going amazingly. The videos did well, people seemed to like them, and the algorithm was like promoting my videos a lot. So that was really motivational to keep making videos. But now, that is not the case. I don't even think that many people want to like watch me play games anymore, which is what I was afraid of from the beginning. But nonetheless, the main issue is that I'm just not feeling that motivated to keep doing gaming videos here. I'm still gonna give it a shot, probably for the next month, but yeah, I don't know.
Thankfully, he decided to continue the gaming channel. When we needed YouTube Rewind most to distract us from the reality 2020 threw at our noggins, it abandoned us. Because of this, Carl would rant about the cancellation of YouTube Rewind.
I am disappointed. I'm very disappointed.
On the same day, however, he released an interesting Undertale Gmod animation, which is definitely something actually distracting from reality. It would be official. Carl had announced that he would finally move out of his parents' basement. Woo!
Yeah, baby!
I'm officially moving out January 1st. I've never moved out before, so it's gonna be interesting, and I'm kind of nervous. It's a new experience, and I don't like new experiences all that much. I just wanted to update you guys because I said I would if I got the apartment, and I did get the apartment.
But then, a week later,
I feel as if this channel's dying. Was moving out a good idea? I've already signed a freaking contract for a year. Have I just made a really bad decision moving out or signing the contract to move out? I don't even freaking move out for another month and a bit, but now I've got an obligation to pay a lot of rent compared to what I'm paying now living at home with my parents. Should I start uploading 3 videos a day again? Maybe that's what I'll start doing, just to try to keep the channel going for maybe another year and a bit. I don't know. Maybe that'll help the channel stay alive, I guess. Yeah, that's it for this video.
With his channel's life hanging by a thread and with an already signed contract to his new home, it seemed to be a rough situation for our boy. He reacted to his own animation from Charmx Plays.
I should let you know that I have seen this before, as I'm the one who made it.
Carl discusses the possibility of YouTube's inevitable doom, which luckily hasn't happened yet. But as I said already, scary times.
This is a massive issue that's gonna be put through in Congress, I believe. I just haven't seen anyone talk about it. Like, how come Critical hasn't talked about this? He talks about everything. He has a voice and a reach. I have a voice, but I do not have a reach. I'm not the biggest YouTuber, okay? I'm a small little YouTuber. Okay, anyway, basically, a US Senator, Tom Tillis, has proposed a bill that could potentially give influencers and content creators jail time over copyright offenses. 2 days from now, they're trying to pass this. Long story short, if this bill goes through, reaction channels like myself are definitely not going to be a thing. Why is Critical or PewDiePie not talked about this? These are massive issues. We need these big creators talking about it. We have 2 days! We have 2 days left! It is not enough time for action to be taken. Why is it that I have to be the one who talk about this? Woohoo! Thank you to all the YouTubers who spoke out about this sooner. Oh wait, there was none.
Well, 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 you're in luck, Carl, because your video did in fact catch the attention of the myth, the legend. Moist Critical would upload news about the greatest music industry great of all time, where at 3:23, he would mention Charmx for a brief moment.
A YouTuber named Charmx made me aware of just how soon it is coming up.
It looks like Carl's plan worked. Charmx saved YouTube. Carl thought about the possibility of bringing back beardless Charmx at 2 million subscribers.
I'll tell you what, if my channel hits 2 million subscribers, I might go with beardless Charmx. I'm gonna say I might. I don't think we're ever gonna hit it.
And depressingly enough, he never did. Rest in peace! Ah!
He might return though. If he does hit the 2 million on his...
Having lived in his parents' basement since the dawn of time, it would be finally time. He would move out and move into his new apartment.
Today is moving day, where I will be moving from my parents' place to my first ever apartment.
I feel like I'm going crazy.
Oh my god, I keep on having flashbacks.
It is really early in the
I keep on having that flashbacks from that Roxy White TP video.
Not moving too far away from my parents. I have half an hour before I have to be at my apartment. But yeah, anyway. Yeah! Now I'm gonna go over to the new place. Well, here it is. The internet guy came. Yeah, it's all good to go now. I have finished working inside anyway.
This was shortly followed with his new apartment tour.
I'm back making another vlog. I thought you guys might want to see what I've done so far. So as you can see, I have the Christmas tree up. It looks really good. However, I've noticed spiders have fallen from it, and that's terrifying because I freaking hate spiders. Also, if you look over here, here's my setup.
Oh, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy.
I also have lights put up because I like the atmosphere that it brings. I also have a robot.
Hey,
there he is.
Hey, this place seems familiar if you know what I'm talking about.
Here we got the second computer. This is where I mine Bitcoin. I use this computer to make Gary's mod animations. All right, so here's my bed. It's only a one-person bed because let's face it, I ain't having people over. I also got a workout machine, as you can see over there, and I plan to do my workouts here to try to get back in shape. There's this massive pile right here. Now, we don't talk about that. Look at all the garbages, man. Oh, yeah. I had to get 2 garbages because my landlords didn't provide one, so I had to go buy one. Great. Anyway, I guess that's it for the vlog.
Look at him now, living on his own. For years, he wanted to achieve his goal of moving out of his parents' basement, but to no avail. He was too afraid to explore what was out there. But looking at him now, this was peak character development. He was no longer Beanie Boy, he was Beanie Man. There's a saying that all good things come to an end. Well, on this very day, that statement couldn't be more true than when Carl decided to put an end to Charmx 2 and Charmx 3 once and for all due to his mental health.
It's long overdue, I think, but I feel as if it is time. I can't do this anymore. Now, I love YouTube poops. I love them a lot ever since I was a little kid. This channel, however, I can't keep doing it. I have so much anxiety and paranoia. I don't know if that's because I'm not taking all my...
I remember crying when I seen this first time. It was sad.
React to YouTube poops or do meme compilations on my other channel.
Cause he thought he's been doing it for like almost 7 years, I'm guessing.
Upload my videos. I know some people will. Do not do that. I do not like people who do that.
Oh, I already did. I'm sorry, Charmx.
And my anxiety level.
But who really cares though?
Keep living like this, and yeah.
This rough decision sparked a response from a YouTube poop creator by the name of Soda Man, who gave his relatively harsh but completely understandable criticism regarding Carl's decision to wipe the channel of its content. Carl ended up responding in the comments, clearing up his reasoning behind the decision. Hey man, I know I can be a bit crazy sometimes, but I think my decision was the best for my mental state. If you want to re-upload reactions to your own videos that I made, then that is fine, but I don't want people just re-uploading videos that are not theirs. Part of my paranoia is brought on from the videos in general. That's why they are gone. One reason is that a lot of the YTPs portray me and others as bad people or in a bad light, and I don't really want to be associated with that. It gives me anxiety and paranoia. I have other paranoia as well which helped to lead to my decision, but I hope this clears up some stuff regarding why they are gone. The comment is still up, by the way, if you'd like to check out the original video. Link in description. But moving on from all that, Carl would upload his new vlog. Guess this year is turning out to be an interesting one so far after all. And it's gonna get more interesting in a minute, so, let's continue.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, me old mousy friend.
No, there's the new intro.
Good morning, everyone. Time to get on with the day. It's coffee time. Coffee, 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 coffee. What's that, Sink? You want some coffee? There's coffee for everyone. Yeah! Extra sweet. Who said dying early wasn't delicious? Now it's time to shower because your boy, stinky. Vitamin D3. The other pill is just a vitamin C. And the last pill is for my mental state. We in the car! Woo! I may be white, but I can season my food. Hello, hello, hello. Hee hee, there she is. Do you want a snack? Do you want a snack? Oh, you just stole it from me. What can I say? I'm crazy. I don't have any other plans for the rest of the day, so I'm probably just gonna end the vlog here.
I never mentioned this, but after Carl thought his reactions to SML and SMG4 were over, he ended up continuing those reactions. However, he would eventually end up putting an end to SMG4 reactions for good. Then he chose to continue SMG4 reactions anyway. It's all so confusing. YouTube sucks wang. I completely agree. Okay, but the reason for posting this was due to YouTube choosing to give a community guideline strike for a video he made 2 years ago, forbidding him to upload for the next week. However, what YouTube did may be the result of his final straw, as what happened next would become what would be considered the grand finale of an era once and for all.
Okay, we're about to go to the saddest part.
Oh my god.
No one saw this day coming. We never thought we'd see the day, but thus. March 31st, 2021 would mark the date of which Carl had officially wrapped up his YouTube journey as Charmx. A devastating moment to many, especially to those who practically watched him religiously, including myself. Speaking of religious, Carl would upload part 1 of 2 of his final farewells to the internet, in which he would announce the release of his final video in which he spoke about his religion.
It has truly been an amazing journey, and you guys have made my life worth living. I wanted to thank you all for being with me. If you guys don't know, I'm a Christian. I don't talk about it in my videos, so that's what my last video will be. But for this video, I just wanted to kind of explain what has driven me to this decision. I've been dealing with a lot of community guideline strikes, and these are videos that I've done years ago, and I can't even go and review these videos that I've done because they're blocked. It's ridiculous. I've had enough. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I've achieved everything that I've wanted. I've written a book, produced apps for phones, made a video game for computers, had a channel that hit over 1 million subscribers, multiple channels over 250,000 subscribers. I've accomplished enough where I don't feel like there's a point of continuing. Oh, that sounds sad. But I know that my journey on YouTube as a creator ends here.
That kinda got dark for a minute there, didn't it? But a mere 2 hours after making this announcement, he would upload what would be considered the grand finale, the closure to a very long chapter in his life. Now, instead of just simply playing a minute worth of clips like I've been doing this whole project, I'd like to just show bits here and there while explaining and clarifying what he's talking about. I feel I should have been doing this a lot more sooner, but regardless, I made a lot of changes to the project since I started a year ago. But regardless, let's talk about all this. When he started off by mentioning that.
Now this part right here that you are hearing is actually an update to the original video. Basically, I had this crazy feeling that I was going to die within 2 days, so I started panicking and I made this video.
This of course referred to the time he panicked about his upcoming field trip when he was going on a plane for the first time since he was in his early teens. But he did make it clear that the reason for this upload was for simply having enough of YouTube.
The reason why it's my last video is either 1, I actually have passed away,
which didn't happen,
or 2, I've just gotten fed up with this website.
In which he did. But for a very fair reason.
I feel in a box, I can't express myself, I can't say things I want to say without being in fear of it damaging the channel, so I have honestly I've had enough.
But now for the main reason why he made this video.
I am a Christian. It's my duty to spread the word of God. So as my last video, that's what I plan to do. Basically, all I want to ask you is, do you know where you're going when you die? Just think of consciousness. Try to understand that. It's so mind-boggling. Then think of artificial intelligence. It still hasn't reached the singularity. If you don't know what singularity is, it's when artificial intelligence becomes conscious. And there are the smartest people in the world working on artificial intelligence. And yet artificial intelligence hasn't become conscious, but humans are conscious. What, by some random act? Like, that's just crazy. Yeah, that's basically it. But I want to thank everyone who has been with me on this journey. It's been a blessing beyond all. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
Carl had also posted his final tweet on Charmx Official, in which he simply wrote, "Thank you. Thank you all."
It's not time yet.
Evan, she knows it's not the right time.
Well, then give me a second, please. Could you please wait a moment?
It's so quiet. There's nothing. Just pure silence. After Carl left the public eye, he chose to remain completely anonymous from the internet. He didn't post anything, he didn't give updates regarding his whereabouts, what he's been doing, how he's been. Hell, some of us feared the possibility that he may have actually taken his own life due to his mentions of death in his last video. But as you may know, he never did. So, how was Carl really doing? Well, for the next few months, he would lay in his bed in a state of depression, not knowing what he was going to do with his life. He'd listen to audiobooks to pass the time, but surely there was more to life than this. He eventually got himself a 9-to-5 job as a blue-collar so that he could at least have some income now that he was no longer running his channels. The job never particularly tickled his fancy, but work's work, and if it paid, it paid. Cut back to how the fans were feeling for a moment, we didn't really know what to do. Fans had been re-uploading all of his privated videos, despite his request to forbid it.
Do not re-upload my videos. I do not want people re-uploading them.
Other fans shared some of their funny edits to remember him by. For instance, this edited clip that user Norman157 made of him about 4 years ago as of the time of the post being made. Reacting to 9/11.
Today I'm gonna be reacting to 9/11. Hopefully it's gonna be funny.
But most of us were just upset about the situation, including myself. So much so I was uploading rant videos about it. But what if there was a better way to show my appreciation for the guy? Then I had an idea. This wasn't the first time I made a video quite like this, but I wanted this one to be special. We'd look back at everything Carl had practically done up until that point. For the Beanie Boy fans, I decided to work on a big project simply called The History of Charmx. Charmx is a Canadian YouTuber who accumulated over 1 million subscribers. This project grew far more grand than I ever could have possibly anticipated, so for that, I'd just like to thank you all. And an even bigger thank you for those supporting me in this project. I do say, it's good to be back.
True. Always gotta be,
But back to the history, it was a rough time for Carl as he was still figuring out what he wanted to do and who he wanted to be. That's when he got the perfect idea. What if, just maybe, he could be an entertainer as a musician?
The rise of Fresh Cut Slim. Oh boy, here we go with Fresh Cut Slim.
It was clear that for the past few years he had some interest in music but never had the time to really put his all into this idea.
I hate music!
But as he had nothing left to lose, he probably thought, why not? The 25th of January 2022 marked the beginning of Carl's brand new journey, going under his new name that he had randomly made up one day and thought it was cool, I guess. This was the birth of Fresh Cut Slim. Kind of a weird mix of words, but that was who he wanted to be. He created a new YouTube channel, he signed into his new Twitter, along with Instagram, created and designed his very own website, joined SoundCloud, which he has since abandoned, TikTok. Ew, gross! I agree, buddy. Then finally, of course, Apple Music and Spotify. Pretty wild how many new socials he made, considering we didn't think he'd ever be on half of these, but it seems with the new journey also came new possibilities. Over the course of the year, he would work on his first ever album, consisting of 12 tracks, and be appropriately called New Kid, as he was indeed the new kid on the block. Though his album officially released the moment August roamed into frame, he actually released his tracks as early as July 16th. Now, I'll admit, I am not the biggest fan of his music, but I do kinda like it in a way. It's pretty charming, shall we say. The next morning after his debut album, he'd post his song Squeal on 4 separate subreddits in the hopes to share his music to the world. While we're on Reddit, it's fitting to mention that later at the end of this month was when the Fresh Cut Slim subreddit makes its way into the collection. You know, the collection of platforms Fresh Cut Slim related. You get the point. For Carl's 28th birthday, he would be giving us a gift with a second album, another 12-track album by the name of A Mustard Stain. You know it's a good album when this is the starting track.
No.
It would take a while, but Carl would eventually release his first EP, A Little Bit Silly. You know it's good when this is the ending track.
You're a hoe and you know it.
A third album would be released by the name of We Cannot Stay. Only a week later, the single Sucker For You would make its way into the discography. By the end of the month, a second single comes out, Dance On My Body. A fortnight later, not that fortnight, ew, yet another single released into the wild, Success Surrounds Me. Another fortnight, 2 weeks later, we get yet another single, I Know It Ain't Nothing. And to think all of this was happening under our noses while we were here sitting in silence, watching the abandoned channel slowly lose subscribers as it eventually dips under 1 million. But while Carl took a break from Fresh Cut Slim for a few weeks, he had a little trick up his sleeve that could undoubtedly change everything for everyone.
Return to the legend.
Wait a minute. What the freak just happened? Unbranded? What does that even mean? That, ladies and gentle beanies, was the question that rippled through the entire Charmx community, as what had just happened was a total mystery. What's even stranger is that just earlier that day, Charmx's 2 remaining videos mysteriously disappeared off the face of the channel, completely removed by the user. We definitely knew something was up, we just had no clue as to what. Not only did the channel name and tag changed, but his profile picture, banner, and description were also wiped clean of its existence. In the following few hours, Charmx Plays would suffer the same fate, along with Charmx 2 and Charmx 3. However, both these channels would keep the same name for a little while, except for the tag, which did change. His YouTube wasn't the only part to be affected by all this, as his Twitter also had its profile picture and banner completely deleted, though interestingly enough, he never changed his name nor the tag. But it was only a few days later when it got even more interesting. Now the channel's description would be updated to simply say about. About what exactly? It wouldn't be long to find out. The very next day, another small part would be added to the description, owned by. Who was this owned by? Tell us already! Okay, maybe a little aggressive, but we were all really curious as to who the mastermind behind it all was. Speaking of which, as Carl was returning to his old fans in this big mysterious fashion, he chose to remove all of his songs from the Fresh Cut Slim channel before renaming it to Fresh Cut Slim Old, as he was planning for Charmx to become his new official channel for Fresh Cut Slim. Rest in pieces, original Fresh Cut Slim channel. May you be remembered as the one that truly started a new era. A week after that last description update, we'd received the biggest update to the description so far, as it would now read as follows. I love music, it flows through me, I produce my own music and write my own lyrics. I also animate my own music videos. My music is available on practically all streaming services. You could also purchase it on Amazon and iTunes if you wish. Copyright, psst, that's not how you spell it. All music I produce is copywritten and has YouTube Content ID. Due to legal agreement, I cannot give any permission for any remixes, as they will be subject to YouTube's copyright ID, owned by. Still leaving your identity as a total mystery, I see. Oh, we know what you're doing. Fresh Cut Slim would post its first tweet, a new beginning. Keep in mind, this was before we even knew who was behind it all. Okay, now we definitely know what you're doing. Hopefully tomorrow? He knew the world was watching closely, so he just had to tease his upcoming reveal of his identity, taking off the hood to finally show to the world who it was all along. And what do you know, the next day the channel would be given a banner displaying the exact time of which the ultimate reveal would occur. But then, when it was finally time, he would step out of the shadows and into the spotlight.
Hello, Governor.
It was none other than our old friend, now officially going under his new name of Fresh Cut Slim. Now, of course, we didn't know exactly if it was him or not, but I think most of us did. I mean, come on, an old friend, friends and family that he added to the description recently, the vocals behind the music sounding exactly like him.
Go get me a happy pill, let's go get some snacks. Life moves forward, not back, thank you, Lord.
But regardless, there was still a lot of debate in the community whether it was him or not. Surely there could be some way he could confirm that he is indeed the legend himself. Huh. Well, would you look at that? This upload would finally give the community confirmation that it was indeed, in fact, the one and only.
What is up, my internet friends and family? I am Fresh Cut Slim, and this video I am making to address Am I Charmx? People don't know who I am. They see this channel in their subscriptions, and they're like, I didn't subscribe to this guy, what the frig? Over the last couple years, I have been working a 9-to-5 job, learned a lot about myself and who I am as a person, and I realized myself as an entertainer and an artist. I have been making music under the name Fresh Cut Slim for a year and a half. At the moment, I have 3 albums out and an EP, and I also learned how to animate videos. I've been doing animations, and I like to have fun with it. I really love animating. I know a lot of you don't like my music. It's fine. So yeah, anyway, I hope that answers everything, but anyway, I'll see you next time. Boop.
Oh wow, he did the boop. Oh.
This would truly mark one of the comebacks of all time. The return of the legend. A man YouTube had missed for far too long. A man who wasn't afraid to show his creativity. A man who showed other reactors how it was done. A man who beanied the boy. A man who zucchinied the king. Don't take that out of context. The one and only Beanie Man who was finally ready to show the world what he was truly made of, once and for all.
The man who abandoned me, just like my wife.
What the? Oh, sugar honey iced tea. Cap!
That's right, it's me.
Wait. Why do you look so different?
It's been a rough few years.
Well, I call it a downgrade.
Anyway, there's a reason why I'm here.
A reason you broke into my house?
Yes.
Well, shoot. I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so, you may have been aware of my disappearance since Carl moved out his parents' basement, correct?
Well, yeah. He did put you in a box and could never find you again, right?
It got real lonely, so I escaped. I've spent these last several years searching for my wife and kids.
Did you eventually find them?
Yes.
Huh, well that's great.
And it seemed I found them at the perfect time.
Why?
I overheard them in an argument. The guy who my wife left with, Spider-Man, he was apparently cheating on her with Wonder Woman and was thinking of running away with their kid.
Yikes. Well, you gotta admit, she kinda deserved it.
Perhaps. But it made me a little sad as well.
You were upset that your wife got karma?
Just because my wife left me and stole the kid doesn't mean she became my arch nemesis or anything like that. I still love her, and I still miss her. And if her being with that man made her happier, then I was happy. The only thing I've ever really wanted this whole time was to find my kids so I could see them again.
That's fair enough, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, what have you been up to?
Oh, well, I've been working on this little project for the past year. It's practically about everything Carl had done throughout his life.
For the second time, I see.
Interesting how you know I've done this before, but yeah. But he came back, of course, so I thought I'd do it again, but bigger and better.
I see. By the way, may I ask one question?
Sure, what's up?
Why did you glue the Beanie Boy design on your beanie?
Oh, well, yeah, when you're working on the biggest project you've ever made, you gotta look the part, right?
So, why don't you take off the beanie?
Wait, you really want me to take off my precious beanie?
Yes. Take off the hat.
But I...
Take off the beanie.
Very well.
Oh shit. Yeah, we know what your hair looks like. Oh!
Well, how do I look?
Gotta say, that was a bit unexpected.
Do I look good?
I think it's best you grow it back.
Yeah, you're right.
So, how much more of the project do you got left exactly?
Oh, well, I was about to go into chapter 10, actually, so the grand finale.
Sounds exciting. May I join in?
You really want to be part of this?
Of course.
Well, I couldn't be more honored. Alright then, you ready to go into chapter 10?
Ready as the day I got to see my kids again for the first time in years.
Very well, Cap. Let's finish what I started once and for all.
What the heck was that? We got the last chapter, and we got like one more, and that's like almost an hour long. Y'all want to see the last chapter? Holy crap, look at this timeline. Look at this! Oh my god, we're almost in an hour and 47 minutes, and the next chapter is in like 2 hours and 17 minutes. That's like a 30-minute. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That's a little bit crazy. All right. I'm a little bit getting tired. All right. Let's continue. All right, because I gotta edit this long video anyway.
Here we are, the final chapter of Carl's story, at least so far. It has been an absolutely incredible journey to say the least, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as me. But anyway, are you ready for this grand finale?
Ready as can ever be. Show me what you got, chapter 10.
Very well. Strap in, boys, this finna be a wild ride. But now, without any further ado, let's begin. After his magnificent return, you'd hope much of his fans would resubscribe to the channel and get him back to over 1 million. But did the exact opposite instead. He'd lose a ton of subscribers due to many seeing Fresh Cut Slim in their subscriptions thinking, who the frig is that? That and or they simply didn't like this new version of him and unsubscribed that way. Either way, rather a shame he's no longer the owner of a channel, a millionaire in subs.
That's sad.
Despite Carl mentioning that he didn't wish to be on camera, it was only a week later when he did exactly that. Except he found a loophole in that he could wear a mask to continue hiding his facial identity, so that he could feel more comfortable and have a sense of privacy.
Hello, hello, hello. This video I wanted to make.
This place seems familiar. This place seems a lot familiar.
To thank everyone who has been very supportive since I started making music and releasing it on the channel. I remember a lot of people. In the comments, I've seen so many people who are familiar to me, and it's been quite amazing, and I'm very grateful for that. I want to start making other content on here too, or maybe on one of my other channels. I recently changed the names of a couple of my channels. One of the names is Fresh Cut Content, which I will be using to make more videos in the future.
That's freaking crazy!
But you know what's even crazier?
Is it the fact that I was able to see my kids again?
I mean, yeah, but also, he'd upload his first video to the Fresh Cut Content channel, which funnily enough was his attempt at making a short little YouTube poop of himself, showing the world that he was still in fact a big fan of YTPs.
Releasing PP in my eye.
The next day, he'd react to comments to his first album. But a mere few days later, he'd find a piece of what once belonged to the one and only.
What the frick is that? Wow, look at this. Look what I just found. It's like a hat or something. I could probably put this on my head or I could shove it up my... Either way, let's try it on. Let's try it on. Wow, look at that. Fits like a glove. Looks like it was meant for me. Keeps my head warm. After all, I am bald and I am kind of a bastard.
What we all had hoped for the moment he returned came true. He'd make his first reaction video. Yeah, sure, first, definitely. Oh yeah, this is the moment when he did the half face reveal.
I recently did a little video on my other channel called Fresh Cut Content. Basically, I tried to do a little DIY where I made it so you could see my mouth easier. I look insane.
I agree.
I'll admit it ended up looking pretty fresh. 2 days later, he'd upload the video where he'd cut his mask, with his chances of not messing it up being pretty slim. To celebrate a month after his return, he wanted to give a genuine thank you to the community and everyone who continued to support him after so many years of being silent, thinking people were gonna forget or not care about him anymore.
Yeah.
Now being over a month since he returned from the void, there was still some questioning as to what he's been up to since he left, so he chose to explain it all in one video.
So around 3 years ago, or 2.5, after I had finished YouTube, I just sat and laid in my bed for about 3 months straight. It was a bad time and I was very down in the dumps. I eventually got a blue-collar job, which I'm actually currently still working in. I don't personally enjoy it. It's very taxing on the body. And while working on this job, I worked at coding a program to do stock market trading. I did that for around a year. It really didn't turn out the way I wanted. And after I kind of gave up because this is just stupid, I was back to being like depressed. 1 week, I came across the idea for a username, which I really liked. That happened to be Fresh Cut Slim. And I knew in my gut that just something told me I have to use this name. So I got it and I started signing up. I started with SoundCloud and then I started making music.
Then soon after, he'd answer a bunch bunch of other curious questions regarding his reasoning as to why he came back, his inspiration for making music, and something everyone had been wondering for a very long time.
I'll tell you what happened.
But before you say anything, can you, like, morph back into the original model? Cause I'm not used to this look.
Very well.
Thanks, Cap.
Anyway, as I was gonna say, when he moved out of his parents' basement, he left me. Just like how my wife left with the kids. He clearly didn't care enough about me to bring me along.
Look, Cap, he really didn't mean to lose you. He even tried to look for you, see?
I don't know where he is. Give me a second. Let me go see if I can find him. No. I can't. No, I can't find him.
Perhaps he cares a little, but after he put me through the pain of feeling abandoned a second time in my life...
I know. But look, I'm sure he'll apologize if you two meet up again at some point, but I really gotta get back to the history and we're about to go into 2024, so if you don't mind...
Alright. Sorry for wasting time.
Nah, it's cool. This project is over 2 hours long anyway, so... yeah. Anywho, back to whatever I was saying. As we end the year off, we get ourselves prepared for the grand year of 2024, as we shall make this year our own. 2024, show us what you've got.
He posted like 500 videos that year.
An official announcement of his 4th album, Midnight Hype, would finally be releasing as soon as January 13th.
Oh, my back.
He'd been trying to get it done by the end of last year, but that's fine. Better late than never. This announcement, as you can probably tell, was his test of his green screen so that he could use it in the possible future. And that possible future indeed came with his music video to Success Surrounds Me. Oh yeah, we're ascending with this one. But not only did Carl bring back reactions in general, no. He'd also bring back reactions to SML Movie, baby!
I've had so many requests to react to SML again. I mean, so many. Like, every day I'm looking in the comments, I see requests to react to SML. So I'm gonna react to SML again.
This truly was a Charmx in 2024 moment.
Those sure were fun times.
Indeed. But speaking of fun, you know what the most fun he had when working on a music video was?
No.
Well, let me tell you then. Look no further than his music video to Sucker For You. He was literally dying of laughter when editing, minus the literally.
So they're playing around and I just... I'm in the scene. Holy crap, that has to be the funniest thing I think I've done in a bit.
Carl would introduce to the fans his new memberships-only content, which means the return of gaming videos.
I'm now doing channel memberships. It's not that expensive, and I have created this as a way to help support me. I have these little emojis I made, as well as I'll be uploading specific videos for members, and the videos will most likely be just gaming type stuff.
You know what time it is. These games include Pizza Tower, Geometry Dash, Pal World, Supermarket Simulator, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, okay then, Buckshot Roulette, a difficult game about climbing, I'm scared. No, seriously, that's a game he played, along with Hades, Broken Reality, Superliminal, Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun, Inscription, Escape the Backrooms, Morkred, Noita, Call to the Lamb, Deltarune, including Chapter 2, Minecraft, Ultra Kill, Squirrel with a Gun, and South Park The Stick of Truth.
Those sure are a lot of games.
You could say that again. I should also clarify that not all gaming videos are members only, particularly the first episodes are free to watch, but not every first episode.
This is the Bring It On GIF.
In his attempts to add more content to his membership, he thought GIFs were part of it, so he made a few of them, only to realize they were in fact not a thing. So instead he shared it to everyone for free. Woo. To continue his use of the green screen, he would give fans some peak YouTube poop material. And it was during this period of time when this project went into full development, beginning the editing process as early as the middle of March in 2024. This means that everything we're about to get into is stuff that happened while working on the project, and I've been working on this for far too long, so there's still much to be said.
So what are we waiting for? Let's see where his story goes.
It had now been a hot minute since he released any new music, as he spent the majority of the last few months making music videos for his already made songs. On the 3rd year anniversary since his departure, aka a year ago from the release of this project, he'd give a music update announcing that there was more to come.
I have actually started working on new music.
And on the 20th of April, his single White and Grey would hit the digital shelves. Oh yeah, this calls for a dance celebration. In case you thought everything was going great for Fresh Cut Slim, Carl would find himself needing to go for surgery sometime during this week.
I don't know when I'm uploading this video, so this may have already happened. This week I will be going for surgery, and the surgery is on an issue that I've had for around a year now. I don't want to say what it is or when it is, but I'm going to be off work now for at the minimum 3 months. So yeah, that's going to be quite a while. However, it is going to allow me to focus on making my next album, and I have another single that I'm releasing on May 4th, and recently I've purchased some more packs for FL Studio, and I've purchased some VSTs, gotten to the point where I am ready to start making another album. I want that album to be a more different, I think rap/trap elements maybe, I really don't know. And as well as I am making another video game, I'm making it in Godot, or Godot. It is a little bit more complicated than what I have used before when I've made games and whatnot. I will actually be telling you the name of it, and I will be actually kind of advertising it or whatever on the channel when it is done.
Character development, alas. He learnt his lesson and he was going to promote his game this time. Whenever it was done, of course. The 27th of April, 2024. Whenever it was done, of course.
He had a quit.
His game this time. Whenever it was done, of course.
He quit the project at some point. Oh.
The 27th of April 2024 would become the 10th year anniversary since Carl had started his YouTube journey as Charmx Games.
This video might rock. Please leave a like if it does. Thank you.
Isn't it absolutely incredible how much he's changed since then? After all these years, he sure has come a long way, and we ought to be proud of him for all that he has achieved. But back to the present, the surgery would be a success, and Carl would return after about a week. He had pre-recorded videos beforehand, so there wasn't any real shift in the upload schedule, which I'll admit was a pretty good choice. Get a cup, get a cup, get a cup. As he mentioned, he'd release his single Final Destiny on the 4th of May. But on the same day, he'd release a relatively serious topic regarding the dead internet theory. He added a poll asking people to check it out as well, but little did we know, it was a little troll.
I had this idea that popped into my head this morning as I was walking. I have to walk as part of my healing process after the surgery, but I wanted to make a video talking about the dead internet theory. Like, the whole video's serious. There's nothing funny about this video. And I had an idea at the very end of the video to post a poll. So here's the poll. What's better, pooping or farting? I don't know, but I thought that's such a funny little troll.
Oh, Carl. Never change, buddy. Never change. This is a... No. Now, just to clarify, he didn't, thank frig, but if he did, I would have quit this project long ago. Anyway, Carl would like to utilize his Fresh Cut Slim subreddit for making Try Not to Laugh challenges.
Basically, I want to start doing Try Not to Laugh challenges again.
Hey.
I would like you guys to send me clips on my...
I've been thinking these last couple days, I was gonna, do like a, one day, they're at, what episode are they in now? I think they're in like, they just posted, Try Not to Laugh, not even like an hour ago. Episode 42. So I'm gonna do like a little compilation movie of him doing a Try Not to Laugh of all the episodes into one video. And when they hit to like episode 50, yeah, I might do that. I might ask Camero if that's okay with him.
Are we kidding?
Because it's almost been 2 years since Fresh Cut Slim came back. So yeah. You guys, I gotta go eat dinner, so I'll be right back. Oh! Okay, we're back. That was good lunch. That was good dinner. Alright. Let's recontinue of the Fresh Cut Slim history.
Reddit every couple weeks. I would like to go onto the subreddit to do a reaction to those clips.
Then what would happen next would be another update regarding his music, where he mentions his next album would consist of a grand total of 14 tracks, the most of which he's done for an album thus far. Then, of course, in typical Carl Keaton fashion, he'd make us all begin to slightly question his sanity in the best possible way imaginable.
So today I want to be doing a mukbang, but I'm just banging muck. Let's start banging. Oh yeah. You like that? That's what I call a mukbang.
Bro,
Okay, that isn't actually what happened, but regardless, it was still a little
effect.
weird. Just a tad. Yes, you could say that was quite the workout. Speaking of which, oh yeah, keeping the content interesting. Man, I haven't been on here in a hot minute. It's almost as if I haven't tweeted since the first time I did. This does mean he'd begin consistently tweeting again, which is definitely great for keeping up with this latest stuff. Or even wacky stuff like him using his green screen for doing a sort of parody skit.
Wanna get scammed? You wanna get scammed, bud? This is for top G's only, and G means gamer.
Jesus.
You know what else G stand for?
No.
Gregory.
Who?
One of my kids which my wife stole from me.
He'd react to people's reactions to those songs. Reactception.
YouTube, shut up. Shut up, for sakes.
Video,
Unbelievable.
What I've also skipped over is that he would need to go back to surgery for a second time within the next few months, possibly October, meaning he may need to. He'd react to people's reactions to those songs. Reactception.
YouTube, shut up. Shut up, for sakes.
Video,
Unbelievable.
What I've also skipped over is that he would need to go back to surgery for a second time within the next few months, possibly October, meaning he may need to.
So my storage just got full already. This video was actually great. I loved it. It was good. I have to quit it here, you guys, because I don't want the video to be 3 hours long. So this is a good video. I'll rate it like I'm gonna rate it like a let's rate it like a 8.6. 8.6. I mean, it's crazy. It's been like a year you edited this, so this was actually pretty good.
I'll try to leave as many links in the description.
So I'm gonna comment and I'm gonna say this video was so good that I can eat this. This video was good. This video was goated like a rest. Okay, one second, you guys. I need a commented. Okay, I'm gonna unpause this. Okay, I just commented. I just commented it. Oops.
Collab for the.
Just commented not that long ago. Oh shoot! Fresh Cut Slim just commented. Fresh Cut Slim just commented. He said, "I'm not worried, but." Oh my god. To this person called 2 hours long is crazy. He doesn't know. Oh my god, suspicious, dude. He doesn't know who Charmx is. I need to call him. I want to call him on video, but is that okay? Can I call you? I might call him and like ask him. I want to ask him though.
Collab for the third time.
I'm waiting for him to answer. I want him like to just know that I want to tell him that. Let's call him. I wonder what he's gonna answer for. I really want to know. If he doesn't answer, I'll call him next time. Or I'll just tell him when I'm not recording. Surprising story in